Hey third grade, it's Mrs. Selfridge here. I'm going to try to walk you through today's math lesson because it's something we haven't seen yet in third grade, so I want to make sure you understand it. Today we'll start with Math in My World, and I think it's on page 581. We're going to start with parts of a set today. So if you guys can get your books out and turn to page 581, Mrs. Selfridge will give you a second or two here to get going. Okay, let's start with example 1. Mrs. Maynard gave each group of students 2 yellow and 4 red markers. What fraction of the set of markers is yellow? So if you look at the markers, you can see there's 6 here. 2 are yellow, 4 are red. We're using 6 counters to represent the set of 6 markers. We keep going. And there's another way we could look at it like this. We could think Mrs. Maynard gave each group of students 2 yellow and 4 red markers. What fraction of the set of markers is yellow? So we could draw and color the counters on the fraction below to represent the fraction of yellow counters. So we'd have 2 yellow out of a total of 6 counters. We'd write that fraction 2/6, and this is how we'd write it, 2/6. And when we read it, we say 2/6 by using words. So the fractions of yellow markers is 2/6. Then you guys can go ahead and fill that in. You could draw your yellow markers if you want to. 2 yellows, some reds down here for represent the total. Remember, the numerator is the number on top, the denominator is the number on bottom. Denominator tells you how many fractions we're talking about and all. Okay. All right. Here's a dog pictures for some of you dog lovers. It says, Cody told his 4 friends to sit. What fraction of the set of dogs listened to Cody? Okay, so you can take a look at the cute little dogs here. I only see 1, 2, 3 sitting. So the fraction of the dogs sitting is 3 out of a total of 4. Okay, so 3/4 of the dogs are sitting. One guy, probably looks like my puppy, is standing, not listening to directions. Okay, so 3 out of 4 dogs are sitting. Okay, so when we read 3/4, we could say 3/4, or we'd write in the word 3, T-H-R-E-E, force of the dogs obeyed. What fraction of the set of dogs did not listen to Cody? Well, 1 dog out of a total of 4 is standing, so 1/4 or 1, and we'd write 1/4 of the dogs did not listen to Cody. I'll give you a second to write that. Let me show you what it looks like. Go ahead and write that down. Okay, complete the chart, write the fraction for each part. You have to really be careful on these charts. You have to read the directions. So we're looking at models of fractions here. We have to see parts that are yellow, parts that are not yellow. And when you look at the counters, you can see that 7 out of 8 are yellow and 1 out of 8 is not yellow. Now see if you can do this, the next one for the ducks. Okay, hopefully you did this. We're going to move on now to write each fraction. What fraction of the set of daisies is yellow? What fraction of the set of buttons is round? Remember, your denominator is a total number here, so you'd write the denominator on the bottom. And it looks like we have 4 out of 4 daisies yellow, and how many of the buttons are round? I see about 4 out of 6. Let's see if we're right. There we are. Good job. Okay, you do 5 and 6 for me. Go ahead. What fraction of the set of chairs is not blue? What fraction of the set of seashells is purple? Okay, should be fairly quick. 2/4 and 1/3. Okay, shade each set to represent the fraction. So you're just going to fill in some bubbles here. 1/2, 3/4, 4/6, and 5/8. If Mrs. Selfridge is going too fast, feel free to pause the video at any time. Check your answers. There you go. Okay, moving right along. Write the missing numerator or denominator. Number 11 is looking for a numerator, so you're going to write what fraction of the set of spools of thread is red. So how many are red? Number 12 is looking for a denominator. What fraction of the set of cups are yellow? But you're looking for a total in all. There you go. Okay, use the picture of the fruit to answer questions 13 through 16. 8 pieces of fruit in the set. Circle the word to describe all 8 pieces. So your total number of fruit, what word would you use? And what fraction of the set of fruit is not an apple? It looks like you have 2 red apples, 1 green apple, 2 pears, and a banana. So what fraction of the set of fruit is not an apple? There you go. Suppose Kyle ate 1 pear. What fraction of the pears did Kyle eat? Explain your answer to a friend. You can explain it to whoever's sitting next to you right now. And describe 2 ways in which pieces of fruit can be represented by the fraction 5/8. So what are 2 ways we could represent that? Let's do something like this. Okay. There were 2 pears up on top, so Kyle ate 1 of them. That would be half. And 2 ways in which pieces of fruit can be represented by the fraction 5/8. Bananas and pears. See, 3 bananas, 2 pears, that's 5 out of 8. Or apples and pears. I see 3 apples, 2 pears. That would be 5 out of 8 total. Okay, number 17, draw a set of objects that represents a fraction with a numerator of 4, and then write the fraction. Go ahead and see if you can do that. Here's an example that they give you. They drew 6 things, 4 of them were shaded in, 4/6. Looking for a numerator, the number on top, to be a 4. Okay, number 18, how is finding a fractional part of a set different than finding a fractional part of a whole? You know how we go on these. You don't have to write the entire thing, but make sure you understand. Oh, it's loading slow. The fractional part of a set is a set of objects. A fractional part of a whole is one object or figure being divided into equal parts. Write it all, or just write some of it. Give a summary if you'd like. Okay, now it's time for you to do your homework. Do your best. Let me know if this helped. Talk to you later. Bye.